In this video, I am going to review the Tornador Black cleaning gun. Now let's get straight into it. What's going on? Thank you so much for being here and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing community. If you're a professional auto detailer who wants to become more successful and profitable in your business, or just a car enthusiast who wants to improve your detailing ability, then definitely consider hitting that red subscribe button right below this video. Now finally, I'm coming out with a video that discusses and reviews in detail the much discussed and debated upon Tornador Black cleaning gun. Should you get it? Is it worth it? Is it worth the $160? Does it really work that well? Can it actually replace things for me like a steamer? Does it really work? Well, those are the questions that I want to answer for you guys today. But before I get right into the Tornador Black cleaning gun, I want to talk about the air compressor because, as you guys know, the Tornador requires an air compressor. So this air compressor that I use is actually a Porter cable, and it is, let's see, 150 PSI. So in other words, the maximum PSI that this air compressor can actually shoot or provide is going to be 150. It's a 6-gallon tank, so it's not very big. It's very, very portable, but it's very easy to deal with, okay? And it's also very simple. You have an on-off switch right here. You have the 2 gauges. Here's the tank pressure that tells you what the actual pressure officially in the tank is, and here's the regulated pressure, meaning this is the pressure that's actually going to come out of the nozzle through the hose and eventually out of the Tornador. Now, the reason why the whole air compressor is like an issue in the Tornador world is because the manual actually teaches that this air compressor is not sufficient for the Tornador. It's way too small. The Tornador company kind of suggests a much bigger air compressor, much bigger voltage, but as a rule, just so you guys know, I've used this air compressor for this Tornador for about 2.5 years straight now, and I have not even had one single problem with the Tornador. I'm not really sure why. I don't have a great answer as to why they require an air compressor that's actually bigger and kind of heavier duty than that, because the Tornador can only shoot a max PSI of 90 anyways, and so if you just want some incredible recuperation time, then maybe you want a bigger air compressor. But this air compressor specifically is more than enough for the Tornador, and I can tell you, at least in my world, I have never had any problems. It's always worked perfectly. Now let's go ahead and get into the Tornador itself. As you guys can see, I've got it hooked up. This is a 50-foot air compressor hose, okay? It's more than enough feet to circle a car, and so it just makes my life easier with that long of a hose. Now this is the Tornador Black, so they actually have one that's a little bit earlier model. This is the newest model. The other one's gonna have a white nozzle right here. But anyways, the basic thing that separates this Tornador, this air gun, from the rest of the air guns in the detailing world are 2 things. Number 1, this air gun shoots out compressed air in a circular fashion. In other words, that's probably why it's called the Tornador, because it almost shoots air like a tornado. The idea behind this is that that circular air, as opposed to just straight direct air, is going to break up dirt, break up grime. It's going to make your life easier, allow you to yield better results. Number 2, this is more than just an air gun, because as you can see, it has a solution tank right here that attaches. Now let me unscrew it and show you guys. I actually have degreaser and water hooked up in here right now, but in the solution tank, you have this feeder tube right here. Now, this is what sucks the water up. It's this tube, but here's such a genius invention that this manufacturing company has come out with. This heavy metal ball at the end here allows you to tilt the Tornador any way you want if you're spraying solution, and that solution will still come out because this metal ball is gonna follow the water. In other words, if you turn a spray bottle upside down and spray, you're not gonna get liquid out, you're gonna get air, because the tube is no longer in the water. But this, because of this heavy metal ball, no matter how you turn, it's going to follow the liquid, and thus you can have a constant stream of solution being shot out. Now, as far as the solution tank goes, this is very well built. It's not thin plastic, it's not cheap, and for the amount of money that this Tornador actually costs, I'm actually very, very impressed at how durable it is and how well it's built. This is very, very hard plastic. I've dropped this tool at least 50 times, and once again, it has never skipped a beat. But this plastic plastic is very hard. It's very, very well built. You have a Tornador sticker right here, which is obviously peeling off, and it might be better just to go ahead and peel this off as soon as you get it. But it's very simple. This head screws onto the solution tank just like this. Spin around a couple times and you're ready to go. Now, if you guys would actually like to see the Tornador in action, then check out the card, the YouTube card that I'm throwing up right now, where I actually show you the Tornador in action on a part of the car. But the next thing I want to talk about with the Tornador is this little lever right here. This lever is going to go down and it's going to go up. When the lever is up, that means it's going to shoot out compressed air and solution at the same time. When the lever is down, you can pull the trigger, and the only thing you get is compressed air. This feature is awesome because if you're shooting out, let's say, water on some carpet, okay? You can lift the trigger up, shoot out water, scrub it, mop it up, but then you have a drying feature. When you can push the lever down, you can actually speed up the drying process of the carpet if you want to spray some compressed air to dry the carpet. Now, I want to go ahead and unscrew the nozzle here because I want to show you guys how it actually works on the inside. Now, this nozzle does need to be cleaned the more you use it because dirt does tend to collect up inside there if you can see any. But right here you can see kind of the basic foundation of the Tornador. Right here is this metal tube. Now, this used to be plastic in their old version, so they've really stepped it up with this right here because this metal tube is very durable, because sometimes you get things up in there that start hitting this, and if this was plastic it would degrade much quicker. But you can see inside that metal tube you have this tiny thing sticking out, which is where the solution actually comes out. But check out how this thing spins when the air is going. So you can see as it's spinning, it shoots it out in that tornado-like fashion, which once again is supposed to break up that dirt, that grease, that grime a bit easier. And let me tell you something, it's not just a marketing trick, it actually does work. Now, the last main component of the Tornador is really the trigger itself. The trigger is made out of metal, just like this body is, and you have a tiny little kind of pin sitting inside here that this trigger actually presses, which forces the air out, which forces the solution out. Now, once again, this is more of just a review explaining how the Tornador works, explaining the different parts on the body of the Tornador. So if you want to see how it works and kind of it in action, definitely check out the description box. I'll link up a video or two that I've made already reviewing it in action. But guys, that's pretty much the basic of the Tornador. It's an amazing car cleaning gun. I can't suggest it enough because I say this a lot, but in a lot of ways this can replace a steamer, because not that it replaces a steamer altogether. I understand I own a steamer as well, but this really replaced a steamer for me in a lot of ways for a lot of years. It can get in the cracks and crevices. It shoots out high pressurized solution or just water if you like. And that's just a very awesome tool to have in the car detailing world. Now, on Amazon, the Tornador is about $160 to $170, but I think it's not only an extremely economical and fair price, but for what you're getting. Once again, I've used this for 2.5 years and I've never had a problem with it. I only clean it out every now and again, and it works like a champ. It works now just like the day I got it. It's so incredibly built. It's very durable, not cheaply made whatsoever. So for that $160, you're really getting your money's worth. And of course, if you guys would like to buy the Tornador Black cleaning gun after seeing this review, which I would definitely suggest if you're a professional auto detailer, then just check out the links in the description box below this video. And of course, I'd be very grateful if you use my links, because it does give this channel a very small commission, but it allows me to continue to give out this awesome content, and it allows this channel to stay alive. So just go to the description box. There'll be links that take you to the Tornador. There'll be links that take you to the air compressor. They'll take you straight to Amazon, and they are extremely safe. So guys, that's about it for this review. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, video ideas, advice, or concerns, hook all that stuff up in the comments section below, because some of the best advice comes from you guys, the Wilson Auto Detailing community. And of course, if you're new here and you're a pro detailer or just a car enthusiast, then definitely consider subscribing, because I come out with daily videos just like these on products, tools, strategies, business skills, communication skills, all in an effort to make you guys more successful and profitable in your detailing business. And on this channel, I share the exact strategies that allowed me to turn my auto detailing business into a full-time income with only part-time hours. So definitely consider subscribing. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.